Howdy folks, how's it going out there? We're here to talk about the legendary blues note. We're going to do it in good old A minor, and we're going to find out all about this blues note all over the fretboard, not just in the one place that most players play it. Now the solo at the start was just kind of a cool funky blues. I was using that blues note quite liberally all over the place. I think a lot of this for me comes from Stevie Ray Vaughan, who was very liberal with his use of the flat 5. And it just sounds really cool. It's a great way to put colour in your solos. And just that one added note just seems to add a whole lot of extra spiciness to your solos. So I think it's really good fun to play around with that flat 5. But the problem is most players tend to play in just kind of one place in position 1 and don't realise that you can play all over the place. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a bunch of licks using the flat 5, but in all the different pentatonic positions, and how to think about using the flat 5 in ways that you're probably not used to. The solo at the start I break down on my Patreon channel, so if you hop over there you can see that solo over there. I break it down bit for bit and talk about my thinking process and how I came up with all the different ideas and how I developed that solo and added all the sort of flat 5 goodness into it. Also on the Patreon channel I'll go over these licks, but I'll do them in context across backing tracks so you can see how they sound across that. That's a really important thing to do and something you should always be doing in your playing anyway. So let's start off with this sort of classic, what I call a classic flat 5 lick. Now the classic flat 5 is this one. Right, where you're just going a semitone up from the 7th fret to the 8th fret. So the flat 5 in the key of A minor will be an E flat note. So we're sliding up to that. So that's the one most players do. They just go from here and then do something after it, yeah? But this is what I'm doing. And tweak that minor 3rd. And then a little sort of flourish to finish. Starting on the 7th fret of the G, flat 5. Tweak the minor 3rd. Yeah, a bit of vibrato to add on the end. Alright? So most players just kind of do the flat 5 over there, and then whatever they do over the rest of the net, they kind of forget the flat 5. And that's a big omission in my book. The other way we can do the flat 5 in position 1 is that note there is the same as that note there. Right? So we can slide into it like that. Which is very Josh Smith. I nicked this. I just heard Josh Smith do it and I just lifted it directly from him. So we've got this, doing it twice. Yeah, and then just going to that. And that's just super cool. It's got a more of a jazzy flavour to it and I really like that and I drop that in quite a lot. So I kind of mix the two up there, which is lots of fun. Now, the more typical one, the first one, everyone tends to slide into this note from here. Yeah. But it doesn't mean we've got to go from this is the 4 into the flat 5. We could go from the flat 5 up to the 5. So the next lick is this. So I'm going from here down from the minor 3rd to the flat 5, hammer on, and then sliding up into the 5. Then I'm going to do a little chromatic descending line incorporating that flat 5. So that's another different way to use that same note. So rather than going That's rather cool. We're just giving it a little tweak, making it a little bit different. So there you've got the flat 5 in position 1 in 3 different ways. And you're not going to keep doing this all the time. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, we want to be doing other things. Or we could even go and add some more chromaticism in there. Yeah. So lots of stuff, lots of mileage you can get out of position 1 there. So position 2, I'm kind of seeing position 2 here, yeah. And I'm going to do it just like a little chromatic thing. I'm going to go from the 4 to the flat 5 to the 5. Yeah, and so I'm just kind of doing the chromatic thing and then kind of walking up the scale, really. Yeah, a little minor 3rd bend. And then vibrato. Notice I quite like this rather than this. I like this. Yeah, so I'm going pick, hammer on. It gives quite a jazzy rhythm to it. Rather than, can you hear the difference? It's emphasising the rhythmical aspect of the lick. Yeah, it sounds a lot more interesting than this. Yeah, that's through studying lots of jazz lines, really, and I'll do that quite a lot. Yeah, so here I'm using the flat 5 as a chromatic device. Okay, so that's my lick in position 2. So let's move to position 3. So in position 3, flat 5, E flat, was there. So I'm doing kind of like I did in position 1. So that's the lick. Yeah. Minor 3rd. Sliding from the flat 7. Yeah, so that's my position 3 lick. Also seeing that flat 5 note, I'm aware that it's an E flat. So when I'm kind of playing, if I'm in A minor, I'm looking for those E flat notes all over the place. You know, so when I'm here, I can see that E there. So here, E. I know that E flat's there. E flat. E flat. Yeah, so I'm not really thinking about the other notes. I'm just thinking about the pentatonic positions. But the blues note, I'm thinking about the E flat note quite a lot. There. Yeah, so I'm seeing it as an E flat. So that's kind of giving me signposts on where to go as well as knowing where the flat 5 lies in the positions. So in position 4, right, I'm seeing my E flat here, right? So it's to the right of position 4, if you like, on the B string. And that is so starting here from the root, minor 3rd. I'm like pushing into it, so grace note. So a little bit, it's kind of the same as that, isn't it, really? And also I can see I've got one, as I come down, I've got one there. Yeah, so I'm just seeing that as an E flat. E flat. Minor 3rd. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like playing around with these different ideas now. So in position 5, Right, we're here, as you can see on the screen, and we're going to go the chromatic thing again, and then walk up, then slide up to that minor third and back to the root. And again, I'm going pick, pick, hammer on, rather than, yeah, it's much cooler sound. Break. So you want to be able to play all these positions and find the flat fives everywhere. Now you can do this with the licks, but also you want to do it kind of more free form. So you could start down here, and there's my first flat five. And now I'm looking for the next E flat. Right, next E flat. All in position 1. Now I'm going to use this note to get me up into position 2. Now I'm in position 2 and I'm seeing this one on the top of position 2. Now I'm going to use this to get me into position 3. Then I'm seeing my next E flat, which is going to be here, yeah. And then the next one. And that's going to get me up into position 5. And then I'm back to the start. So I'm doing a little exercise where I'm visualizing where all those E flats are across all the different pentatonic positions, making my way up through them. Then what you need to do is just whack a backing track on. If you want to hear what that sounds like, head over to Patreon channel now. There's loads of good stuff on there. There's probably 100 plus videos on there. You get to chat to me on there as well, ask questions, suggest topics, all that sort of thing. So definitely worth checking out. All the tabs for this video are on there as well as the breakdown of the solo at the start, as well as me improvising, kind of using all those flat 5 licks across a blues backing track. So have fun with that. Try and use those flat 5s in your playing. They really are super spicy and interesting, and once you get your head around them, they're a really simple way of adding lots of colour to your solos. But you want to go mad on them for a bit, yeah? Just really overdo the flat 5 thing. That wouldn't be what you do in an actual solo. You're just kind of exaggerating to get used to it, and then you sort of pull it back a bit. And listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan and how he uses a flat 5. He's usually in E minor, and he's often doing... He's doing that one a lot, but obviously he does it in other places as well. But it's just the way, it's his phrasing, the way he uses it, all that sort of thing. So have fun. Don't forget to check out the Patreon channel. Like and subscribe as always. Comments are always great. Catch you next time.